Hello, dear students. Welcome back to our news channel. Let's go to the article of the day. Students, in the first article, we have news about how global economics is influencing Pakistan, farming in Pakistan. Okay, how it is influencing farming in Pakistan. And the other is about three extraordinary women who from India who've been awarded for their tireless work in caring for the sick and suffering. Okay, so buckle up because we are about to travel through fields and hospitals, and we're also gonna move across borders and emotions. Now, let's start with a story titled How IMF Has Forced Pakistan to Reform Its Farm Sector. Now, what's going on here? See, you're a farmer. Imagine you're a farmer. You grow wheat, which is the most important food in your country, but the price of your crop is often too low. So your government promises to buy it at a fixed price called minimum support price. You know, we have already covered an article regarding that. Okay. So in Pakistan, the government used to buy wheat through an organization called PASSCO, Pakistan Agricultural Storage and Services Corporation Limited. So it's like India's FCI, जैसे इंडिया में FCI है ना वैसे ही है, the Food Corporation of India, right? But this year something big changed. Pakistan did not declare an MSP for wheat for the year to 2024-2025, and this organization hasn't bought a single ton of wheat yet. Why? Reason being is Pakistan is under financial pressure. Okay, Pakistan is under financial pressure. It took a loan from the IMF, and IMF stands for International Monetary Fund. So Pakistan took a loan, that we get to know, है ना, हमें इसके बारे में पता है. So IMF is like a global money bank, okay, and it helps countries when they are in economic trouble. But in return, it asks them to change certain rules and policies. So Pakistan had to sign a deal, okay, regarding that. And this deal says no more government buying of wheat at fixed prices. Let the market decide. So that's called market liberalization. मतलब कि अब गवर्नमेंट जो wheat है वो फिक्स प्राइस पे नहीं खरीदेगी, मार्केट डिसाइड करेगा. And this is part of a bigger loan of over 7 billion. $7 billion, which Pakistan will receive until the year 2027 and 28. 2027 and 2028 tak 7 billion rupees, not rupees, $7 billion Pakistan will receive. And this, under this loan provision, there was a clause for Pakistan to let the market decide the prices of these grain. So imagine the situation in Pakistan now. These farmers, they are suddenly left to sell their wheat in the open market without price guarantee. Okay, so what are the IMF's conditions? The loan came with a long list of reforms. Okay, stop fixing prices for crop. Government wheat खरीदना बंद कर देगी. Set up an independent system to manage storage of warehouses. And even they've been asked to review the outdated form of farm laws, जैसे Price Control Act हो गया. So all four of Pakistan's provinces, Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan, and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, have already agreed to follow these rules. Okay, so these are called what? These are called structural reforms. Structural. reforms. And they may help the economy in the long run, but of course, they are painful in the short term. Now, let's compare this with India. India, on the other hand, has not taken any IMF guided loan recently. So it still continues MSP, free electricity and subsidies for fertilizers and water. ओके तो इंडिया ने कितना अभी प्रोड्यूस किया है लास्ट अभी 2024-25 के डेटा के अकॉर्डिंग 30 मिलियन टन्स ऑफ wheat were produced, and Pakistan's wheat production is 31 million. So it's almost the same, but they didn't declare MSP at all. Now same goes for rice and cotton. India's wheat consumption is around 100 million tons, so it imports less. But Pakistan eats about 31.5 million tons of wheat and produce just around that much. So any small drop in production means they'll need to import food. Okay. In contrast to that, students, Pakistan is also a net exporter of rice because it produces more than it consumes, right? And there's also climate factor that with and it matters a lot in farming. So if Pakistan had below average rainfall in winter, which reduced wheat yields. Also, Pakistani farms they suffer from overuse of water, fertilizers, and poor planning. So what's the lesson here? See, global loans like IMFs may come with strings attached. And these strings pull the farmers into open markets without safety nets. So whether this will help Pakistan in the long run or hurt small farmers, it will only time will tell. Okay. So why I have included this article? See, IMF, although loan is given, but it always comes with certain terms and conditions which a country need to impose, which a country need to introduce uh, in their various sectors. All right. Now, students, the second article that we have is regarding three incredible women who've been awarded the National Florence Nightingale Award. Now, this is India's highest recognition for nurses and healthcare workers. And these three women are Lima Pokpam Ranjita Devi. Ranjita and her husband would, they would ride a scooter at odd hours to visit cancer patients in remote villages of Manipur. Okay. And she works at the Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences in Imphal and has served for nearly 20 years. Okay. And she helped train nurses. She also, handled the red zones during COVID-19. And she set up a kidney transplant protocol and was also part of an emergency team when we know that the violence erupted in Manipur in May 2023, so she was also part of that. And there's beautiful line which is said by her that I receive this award for training other nurses. I didn't even upload a photo with my application. Isn't that amazing? Even while 7 months she's expecting a child, she ran to help a woman deliver a baby at night, only to find out later that the mother was not well and she had to take preventive medicines to protect herself and her unborn baby. So that's dedication, right? Then we have second nurse is Banu MR. Banu works at Nimhans. Okay, she works at Nimhans. Nimhans क्या है? It is India's top mental health hospital. So during the pandemic, she helped care for over 170 doctors, nurses, and students and patients with psychiatric conditions. She also helped free up beds during COVID 19 by taking care of the infected hostel mates. Okay, so second prize is given to her. And then we have Major General Sheena, PD. So, Major General Sheena, she is no ordinary woman. She is a senior officer in the military, and she has helped thousands of cancer patients and their families. Okay, and of course, her contribution lies in counseling terminally ill patients, and she was awarded by President Draupadi in grand ceremony, as you can see over here. Okay, just a second. Yes. So she's been given this award. Now, talking about the National Florence Nightingale Award. National Florence Nightingale Award. It's, like I said earlier, it is India's highest national honor for nurses, and it is named after Florence Nightingale. Okay, Florence Nightingale, the founder of modern nursing, who is remembered for her work during the Crimean War and for establishing standards in hospital care. So, who was Florence Nightingale? She was a British nurse who went to war hospitals during the Crimean War in 1850s, and students, she reduced deaths by just improving cleanliness, hygiene, and patient care. And she was also known as Lady with a Lamp because she would check on wounded soldiers late at night carrying a lamp. And her legacy lives on in hospitals and nursings all over the world, even in India. Okay, so how did the award start in India? See, it was instituted by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in the year 1973, and of course it is awarded every year to outstanding nursing professionals for their dedication to patient care, public health services, work in rural or underserved areas, nursing education and leadership. So the winner, each awardee gets a medal, a certificate of merit, and a cash prize of 50,000. And of course, recognized at a national ceremony, often by the President of India. ओके, तो पास्ट में भी काफी सारे लोगों को मिला है ये अवार्ड. ऑल राइट, सो स्टूडेंट्स, दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडे. तो आज हमने क्या क्या किया? सबसे पहले तो वी लर्न we saw how global loans can push a country into reform that affect real lives. And then from India's Nightingales, we saw how individuals can light the darkest corners of pain and suffering through, public service, dedication, and love. Okay, so from wheat fields to hospital wards, our world is full of, you know, many people and unseen struggle that we get to see. All right. So that's all for today, students. If you like this episode, don't forget to share it with your friends and family, and keep learning, thinking, and caring. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind. Bye bye.